In the heart of a bustling metropolis, there lived a young entrepreneur named Alex. Alex was driven, ambitious, and eager to taste success as soon as possible. Every day, he scrolled through success stories on social media and dreamed of becoming a millionaire overnight. Despite his many attempts at quick wins, investing in get-rich-quick schemes, jumping from one business idea to the next, he found that nothing seemed to last. His ventures either fizzled out or provided fleeting gains. Deep down, Alex felt a growing emptiness, as if he were missing something essential on his path to success. Frustrated and tired of chasing instant results, Alex decided to seek guidance from a man whose reputation for wisdom had spread far and wide. Mr. Robert. Robert was an elderly gentleman, known not only for his successful life in his own modest way, but also for his serene nature and deep insight into the rhythms of life. He lived on the outskirts of the city in a small house surrounded by a lush, well-tended garden. One bright morning, Alex made his way to Robert's home. The garden was like a sanctuary, a blend of vibrant flowers, neat rows of vegetables, and towering fruit trees that had grown over decades. The air was filled with the scent of fresh earth and blooming roses. Robert, sitting peacefully on an old wooden bench, greeted him with a warm smile. "Good morning, Robert," Alex began hesitantly. "I've tried every shortcut and every trick, but nothing seems to work for me. I'm desperate to know the secret of true success." Robert nodded, his eyes twinkling with calm understanding. "Sit with me, Alex," he said softly. "Let's have some tea and talk." After they settled on the bench with steaming cups in hand, Robert led Alex on a slow walk through the garden. They stopped before a small patch of freshly tilled soil where several tiny seeds had just been sown. "Alex," Robert said, kneeling down to gently run his fingers over the soil. "Do you see these seeds? They hold the promise of great trees, of fruit and beauty. But they do not burst into bloom overnight. They need time, water, and care. They must weather the seasons, endure the cold of winter, and bask in the summer sun before they can grow tall and strong." Alex frowned slightly. "But I want success now, Robert. Waiting seems like a waste of time when every minute counts." Robert smiled kindly and patted Alex on the shoulder. "Instant success is like a spark that burns brightly but quickly fades away. True success, however, is like a mighty oak that stands tall for centuries. It takes patience and persistence. Every effort you make, no matter how small, adds up over time. Your mistakes, setbacks, and failures are like the rain that nourishes the seed." They returned to the bench, and Robert continued, "Many young people, like you, seek immediate gratification. They look for shortcuts, trying to bypass the hard work required to grow. But when you rush, you miss the beauty of the journey. In my younger days, I too was impatient. I once tried to build a business overnight, only to see it crumble because I hadn't allowed it to develop naturally. I learned, painfully, that success must be nurtured with time." Alex listened intently as Robert recounted his own story, a tale of early failures, long nights, and gradual triumphs that eventually led him to a fulfilling life. "You see, Alex, every challenge you face is a lesson. Every setback is a stepping stone to a more refined approach. You must learn to be patient and persistent. Sometimes, the slow process of growth is the most rewarding of all." The young entrepreneur's eyes softened with understanding. "So you're saying that I should learn to enjoy the journey, not just focus on the destination?" "Exactly," replied Robert. "Consider this seed as a symbol of your dreams. I want you to take this small seed and plant it in your own garden. Nurture it, water it, and give it time to grow. Let it remind you that every effort, no matter how insignificant it seems now, has the potential to become something magnificent. Moved by Robert's words, Alex accepted the seed with gratitude. Over the next several months, he planted the seed in a small corner of his modest backyard. Every day, he took a few minutes to water it, clear away any weeds, and simply sit by it in silence. With time, a tiny sprout emerged, fragile but promising. As he watched the sprout slowly push through the soil and stretch toward the sun, Alex began to see parallels in his own life. He realized that his previous attempts at rapid success had left him burned out and unfulfilled, whereas this gradual process filled him with hope. As the seasons changed, so did Alex. He became more deliberate in his actions, learned to appreciate every small victory, and treated each setback as an opportunity to learn. His business ventures started to stabilize, not with explosive overnight success, but with steady, reliable growth. He found that the same patience he cultivated with his garden began to yield rich rewards in every area of his life. One sunny afternoon, several months later, Alex returned to Robert's garden to show his progress. In his hands, he held a small green sapling that had grown from the seed Robert had given him. Robert's eyes sparkled with pride as he examined the sapling. "Look at this, Robert," Alex said with a genuine smile. "It's still small, but it's growing strong. I've learned that patience is not about waiting. It's about working steadily and trusting the process." Robert nodded approvingly. "You have discovered one of life's most important truths, Alex. True growth, whether in business, in relationships, or within yourself, cannot be rushed. It requires time, care, and the willingness to learn from every season of life. Just as this sapling will one day become a magnificent tree, your persistent efforts will lead you to success that is deep-rooted and lasting." Alex looked around the garden. The gentle rustle of leaves, the soft chirping of birds, and the slow, deliberate growth of nature all spoke to him in a language of its own. He felt a profound sense of calm and gratitude. The once impatient young man now understood that every moment of struggle was preparing him for future triumphs. Detailed lesson: the gift of patience is one of life's most valuable treasures. It teaches us that immediate results are not the measure of true success. Every challenge, every failure, and every setback contributes to our growth if we are willing to learn from them. Patience is not about passively waiting. It is about actively nurturing your dreams and trusting that with time and persistent effort, they will blossom into something extraordinary. Remember that real success is not a flash in the pan, but the culmination of hard work, wisdom, and the quiet strength to endure the waiting. Embrace patience, and you will find that every day brings you closer to the life you've always dreamed of.